Welcome to the Timpanogos Hypnotherapy Podcast. I'm Jolie Simons, a clinical hypnotherapist. This podcast is about understanding how the subconscious mind actually works and how to change habits, emotional patterns, and reactions at the root, not by willpower, but by working with the nervous system and the brain. If you find yourself procrastinating on the goals that matter most to you, know that it's rarely about laziness or lack of willpower. One of the biggest reasons why you might struggle to take action toward what you truly want is because you have unconsciously tied your identity to your achievements. Without realizing it, you may begin to see your goals not just as milestones, but as a reflection of who you are. For instance, your mind may not perceive your promotion as just a career achievement, but also as proof that you are capable. In the same breath, you might consider your relationship as evidence for your worth, or your dream project as a litmus test for your talent. In 2019, a study published in Environmental Research and Public Health, researchers wanted to know why some people are driven in their goal achievement by a desire to learn, and why others are driven by a need to prove themselves. They also wanted to understand how both approaches influence the strategies people use when they fear failure. After analyzing over 1,000 students' motivational profiles, they distilled a number of insights. Most remarkably, they found that the students who had low self-esteem, meaning their sense of worth was fragile or dependent on success, were far more likely to use self-protective strategies when faced with potential failure. These strategies took two main forms. One, self-handicapping. Students will subconsciously create excuses or obstacles, like procrastinating or not putting in full effort, so that if they fail, they could preserve their self-image by thinking, I didn't really try, so it doesn't count. Second, defensive pessimism. Using this strategy, they will lower their expectations and mentally prepare for the worst in hopes of cushioning the emotional blow if things didn't go well. The study linked these patterns to how students approach achievement itself. Those who focus on learning goals, that means wanting to grow and master new things, tended to have healthier motivation and higher self-esteem. On the opposite end, those who were driven by performance goals, like trying to look competent or avoid looking incompetent, were far more prone to these defensive patterns. The findings of this study serve as a reminder that when your sense of worth depends on achievement, failures stops being a learning experience and starts feeling like a personal threat. Eventually, it can even steal your sense of curiosity entirely, even if that means sabotaging your own success. Today, we are talking about procrastination, something most of us face, and why it isn't laziness. Procrastination is often your nervous system's way of protecting you from overwhelm or uncertainty. Your mind isn't failing you. It's responding to signals that say, slow down, I need safety first. In this episode, I'll share why fighting yourself backfires, how to take action naturally, and how embracing what I call the black belt mindset can help you move forward calmly and consistently in life and in your work. Procrastination is a protective mechanism. Think of like martial arts. You don't force a body to move if it isn't ready. You train it slowly, safely, and with guidance. The black belt mindset is about discipline without force. It's learning to be steady, patient, and resilient. Qualities that apply just as much to the mind as to the body. When your nervous system senses stress, fear, or uncertainty, it slows down decision making. This is natural, not a failure. Fighting yourself only reinforces resistance. Most people try to push through procrastination by 1. Shaming themselves, like saying, "Why am so lazy?" 2. Overthinking every step, endless planning. 3. Forcing themselves, pushing when the mind or body isn't ready. These approaches train your nervous system to resist even more. A black belt doesn't attack their own body. They respect its limits while training steadily. The same applies to your mind. So how do you move forward without battling yourself? Here is the approach grounded in my black belt mindset. First, acknowledge the signal. Notice procrastination without judgment. Second, regulate first. Calm your nervous system. Breathing, movement, or mindful pause. Third, small, consistent steps. Like martial arts practice, repetition matters more than force. Fourth, train, don't battle. Gentle, steady guidance builds automatic action over time. Fifth, tap your inner wisdom. Whether you call it a spirit, soul, or intuition, you have tools inside yourself. Awakening them is part of the black belt mindset. Procrastination is often a box full of habits. Each time we procrastinate, it's a habit reinforcing itself. The black belt mindset can help you gradually dismantle these habits by developing confidence and taking small, deliberate actions. For example, someone might procrastinate going to the gym and eventually stop exercising altogether. The black belt mindset doesn't fight this habit. It meets it gently. Start by simply stretching and doing 5 push-ups at home. Next time, maybe 2 sets of 5. You notice discomfort, but you do it anyway. Counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm moving today. You see that action is possible without forcing the gym routine, while also realizing that the gym itself may be practical and comfortable. You didn't need to battle or shame yourself. You just did. Over time, this builds confidence and trains your nervous system to respond differently to procrastination. After a hypnotherapy session, you may notice that taking action feels lighter, less resistant, and even natural, because your mind has already started learning that movement and progress are safe, achievable, and rewarding. At my Kung Fu school, there were times when we prepared for belt promotions, advancing to the next level. This wasn't just about showing techniques. It was about demonstrating the level of training, reflexes, and focus we had developed over time. During these promotions, we practiced with others, testing our speed, punches, kicks, and leverages. Kung Fu San Soo uses many techniques, but success comes from using them with thought, timing, and presence. If we weren't prepared, we could be swept or fall to the ground. Interestingly, in Kung Fu, the higher the rank, the less fighting is actually required. A few precise moves executed with awareness and control are often enough to achieve the goal. For beginners, the workouts feel more elaborate, more tense, and more stressful. There is more struggle and effort required to get results. The same principles apply in life. The 5 points I mentioned earlier, acknowledging signals, regulating, taking small steps, training without battling, and tapping inner wisdom are just like martial arts practice. They require consistency, awareness, and patience. As we train these skills, we discover that less force, more awareness, and precise, consistent action often lead to the greatest results. This is the essence of the black belt mindset. Skill, patience, and understanding triumph over effort alone. One crucial element that distinguishes people who soar from those who stumble in life is a positive mindset. The belief and attitude that life is happening for you, not to you. This is the power of growth mindset. It's characterized by resilience, adaptability, and a hunger for continuous improvement, and it separates quickly those who succeed from those who don't. Here is one final thought. As humans, we often don't realize how much power we truly possess. We are here to discover it. Once we overcome procrastination and train our minds to prove steadily, life opens up with amazing possibilities and surprises we may never have expected. Applying the black belt mindset, discipline without force, a steady practice, and awareness of our inner wisdom allows us to access that power naturally. Each small action repeated with care builds resilience, confidence, and a sense of freedom. It is not enough to possess talent. You must also cultivate a positive mindset that embraces life's challenges, learn from your failures, and understand that even in adversity, you can learn and grow forward, moving you even closer to success. Thank you for listening today. Remember, your mind, your nervous system, and your inner wisdom are already on your side. Train them gently, and they will carry you forward, just like a black belt trains their own body and mind. If you would like to stay connected, you can visit my website and go to teamhypno.com. See you in the next episode.